There is one reason you're watching this video, and it's because you suck at Vanguard. But don't be discouraged. I used to suck at this role too until I learned these things that I'm about to share with you in this video. So make sure you stay tuned to the very end so you can make sure you get every bit of information that you need to be a great Vanguard. So first things first, I want you to know that there are different types of Vanguards with different jobs. Not every tank can do the things that need to be done in your scenario. For example, frontliners. So these are going to be Vanguards like Doctor Strange, Emma Frost, Groot, Magneto. These heroes are good at mitigating damage but also holding space. Brawlers, on the other hand, are going to be characters like Thing, Hulk, Thor. These heroes thrive in close range fights, and they also do very well at peeling for their team. Divers, heroes like Venom, Captain America, are going to be really good at closing the gap on characters you want to put pressure on. Very mobile and can outmaneuver the enemy. Defenders, if I gotta explain to you where I'm going with this one, you definitely need to watch this video. Heroes like Penny Parker. They're very good at bunkering space. Based on the tank that you play, it's gonna kind of define the job you fill, or the Vanguard you choose will be because of a job you need to fill. I want to go over some quick little scenarios that will kind of help you realize what you might want to play. So if you're solo tanking, you might want to go a frontliner. If dive is causing you issues, maybe play a brawler. Backliners too far, having too much fun, introduce them to the concept of dive. Want to make a hard choke even harder to get through? Play Penny Parker and create a literal minefield for them to traverse. Now, these roles, they aren't absolute. It's more so of a guideline, and this guideline is to help you choose a Vanguard to succeed. But some examples of how tanks can be flexible would be like Mag and Emma can also succeed as brawlers. Hulk and Thing can sort of fill a dive role with their mobility, so don't be afraid to try different Vanguards in scenarios that you may not think will be perfect, but you still feel like they fit. So understand, the primary job of a Vanguard is going to be space control. Whether you're taking it, denying, threatening it, space is your currency. Your secondary job, on the other hand, is threat management. What threats do the enemies pose? How can they affect you? How can you affect them? Third job, which is super important, is tempo control. Being the number one of your team, you're going to be one that typically goes in first. So you don't want to go in without your team, and you don't want them going in without you, right? So be sure to use proper communication and awareness to make sure that you're doing your job as a Vanguard and you're leading your team to the win. For my final and, in my opinion, most important point is going to be mindset. As a Vanguard, your mindset is super important. It's going to matter the most. It's very easy to get into the thought process, the mindset of just being an immortal force to be feared. But you're also a protector, right? So don't get me wrong, at the same time, protection doesn't only come in defense or passiveness. Sometimes you gotta take the fight to the enemy. You gotta engage that threat. So understanding which is appropriate in which situation is going to be important. So you gotta be able to shift your mindset from being on defense to being on the aggression. Another thing that I want you to keep in mind is just look at the ults the Vanguards have to work with. A lot of them alone can get value, but they can also get denied. So that's why, in my opinion, combos are going to be your bread and butter. Use your ult to enable your team to either get more value out of their ults, or maybe you're pulling out an ult that would have denied one of theirs. I would much rather a Luna Snow counter my Thing ult than counter my Psylocke ult, right? So if I can pull that ult out with my Thing ult, it's clobbering time. And then my Psylocke can proceed to say something in Japanese and start slicing and dicing. That's the world. That's the kind of game that I want to be in, right? So keep that in mind and take this information that I'm giving to you into your next multiversal battle and be that tank that we all know you can be. Until next time, take care. Make sure if you like my content, subscribe, comment down below if you got some Vanguard tips for our fellow gamers. And with that being said, peace.